Shalom, welcome to the Jewish View. My name is Rabbi Nachman Simon with the Chabados of Dalmar, together with my co-host Mark Ronich of Statewide News Service and JBizTechValley.com.
Well, Rabbi, you know, I've just been thrilled to have our next guest on the show. I've known him for probably 30 some odd years right now. And, you know, he's he's coming to us. He grew up in Mattituck, Long Island, and he lives in Niskayuna now, and he's the morning show host on WGNA. And live with us now we have View-Rhymin Richie Phillips.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much. Thank you both. It's so great to be here.
Richie,
you said live. That's in quotes. I got up at 4 in the morning, so it's partially live.
That's right. Exactly.
I got to put my phone down here, by the way. It's going to go off.
Okay. Well, we're going to throw the phone down. Yes. And I just wanted to ask you, how did you get started in all of this?
I just remember as a little kid listening to novelty records. My uncle used to have them in his house, and I would go down in his basement and listen to them. And actually, it kind of relates to your programming, because one of the major influences I think I had was Alan Sherman. You know Alan Sherman.
Sure.
Alan Sherman did Hello Mother, Hello Father, right? Here I am at Camp Granada, right? Camp is very entertaining, and they say we'll have some fun if it stops raining. That was the #1 song in 1962.
Really? Even before the Beatles? I mean, like,
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Kennedy used to, Hello Mother. He used to sing it in the White House. Yep, it was a big hit.
And he had some Jewish songs, Jewish-Irish songs, right?
He had one that, I just remember. This one's like a cappella.
Okay.
So I'll see if I can get through this. This is tough as the first song, but this is the first Jewish version of an Irish song. Because this whole idea back then was, why separate the different traditions? Why not put them together? So well, maybe I can put a chord to it. I sell a line of plastics, and I travel on the road, and I have a case of samples, which, believe me, is a load. Every night, a strange cafe, a strange hotel, and then early in the morning, I am on the road again. Now then the season's over, and that lonesome journey ends. That's the only time I see my family and my friends. I drive up Ocean Parkway, and before I park the car, my ma hangs out the window. That's window. And she hollers, here we are. Now get this, Jewish version of an Irish song. Shake hands with your Uncle Max, me boy, and there's your sister Cheryl. And there's your cousin Isabel, that's Irving's oldest girl. And say hello to the Tishman twins, Gerald and Jerome. We'll all come out to greet you and to wish you welcome home. See if I can get through this part. Meet Marrowitz, Barrowitz, Handelman, Shandelman, Skerber and Gerber and Steiner and Stone, Loskowitz, Moskowitz, Aarons and Barons, and Kleiman and Feynman and Friedman and Cohn, Swallowitz, Teitelbaum, Mendelbaum, Levin, Levinsky, Levine and Levi, Blumberger, Schlumberger, Menkes and Denkes, and Stein with an EI and Stein with a Y. Come on, sing along.
Yeah.
Shake hands with your Uncle Sal, mine boy, and there's your brother Sid, and there's your cousin Yetta, who expects another kid. Whenever you're on the road, mine boy, then ever you may roam, we'll all be here when you come back to wish you welcome home. Don't ask me to sing that again.
Okay. Well, this is wonderful.
Thank you.
all right,
Now,
beautiful.
Now, for some reason, I can remember that song, but I can't remember the other ones I'm going to do.
And you were a social studies teacher.
I was a social studies teacher.
on Long Island, and then
Yes.
you came up here to escape from being a social studies teacher?
Too
or-
many spitballs hit me in the head. Yes, I taught for 5 years in the school that I went to. It was kind of like a welcome back Cotter kind of
Yes.
a thing. But I wasn't welcome. That was the only difference. And I came here in 1980 and never left. Always loved the Capital Region from day one. My brother lived here, and he said, this is not a big city. You think it's a big city. It's not. It's a collection of small towns. And isn't it?
Yeah.
It really is. It's a great place to
Small town
live.
living, but-
It's small town living.
So then you started to play at the 21 Club
Yes.
when Yono owned it, and that's where I met you.
That's where we met, exactly. That was a great little club. It was right on Elk Street, which is not far from here.
21 Elk Street.
21 Elk Street, across from the Capitol. So all the legislators would do their little dealings over at the Capitol, and then afterwards they'd come over for a drink or 2 or 19.
And the lobbyists also.
And the lobbyists.
That's right.
That's right. And that's how basically it started. I mean, I was...
And then I introduced you, or you were introduced to Mario Cuomo?
That's right.
Yeah, okay.
I just showed that picture today.
Uh-huh.
There was a party. Somebody on his staff was having a party, and I was hired to write a song about them. And Mario was there, and I was so thrilled. He was standing right there, and I said, can I get a picture?
Of course.
Yeah, and I got the picture. Somebody on the staff took the picture, and I remember distinctly, and this is now 30 years ago, I remember him turning to me and saying, one of these days somebody's going to look at this picture and go, who's that guy with Richie Phillips?
That's right.
I thought that was so nice of him. He was very, very nice.
That was Don Pollard.
Yeah.
Who took the picture, yes.
Oh, yeah, you're
Don
right.
Pollard, yes.
That's right.
And I can't
Well,
remember 35 minutes ago, but 35 years ago I can remember.
You got the memory. I just thought that was
So,
very nice.
and he was very good at sending the pictures out to
Yeah.
to everyone. So I see
That's right.
it's on your website, is
Yes.
RymanRichiePhillips.com?
I put it on.
Okay, so it's up there, which is very nice. So what was the song you had of Mario Cuomo?
From Mario Cuomo, I also distinctly remember he came into this little club one night,
Yeah.
this 21 Club, and he used to have Smirnoff, like straight up. That was the big rumor. He's drinking Smirnoff. And you have to picture this club. It's the type of thing when people walked in, I've never seen a club like it since.
The bar was right at the door.
The bar was right there, the piano was right there. So when these legislators would come in, I guess that kind of gave me an idea. Maybe I'll just write a song about them as they walk in the door.
Right.
And that was the key to getting some attention. Otherwise, I would have been playing Feelings, every night of the week. And so he was sitting at the bar. And this was right at the time where the where ethics was a big thing. Not unlike today.
Not unlike today, 35 years later, it's-
Right. And he was there, and I guess I was more of a wise guy back then. But
Age has not mellowed you.
right, that's right. I kind of yelled out of the bar. I said, Mr. Cuomo, I have a state ethics song. Day off. Got the day off. Got a good state job, so I get to stay home. He didn't like it at all. And then I kept going, sit and do the crosswords all day long. Got a good state job, so I get to stay home. And that was it. I
Wow.
just forgot the one. But that was the idea of it.
That was the idea. That's
He didn't
good.
appreciate
Oh,
it.
the government employees sing this song. When you got seniority, what can go wrong? That's the part didn't work.
And now you have one about Andrew that you came up with recently?
Yes.
Mario's son, the
Exactly.
current governor.
The
Andrew
current
Cuomo.
governor, yeah. I'll get in trouble again with another generation of Cuomos.
That's okay.
Well, you can't think of like a song with Andy in it, right? Besides this one, I don't know. Apologies to Sammy Davis Jr.
Okay.
Who makes things sound rosy when they're really bad? When he makes a speech, who sounds exactly like his dad? The Andy Man. Come on, the Andy Man. The Andy Man can. The Andy Man can. He's a polished politician and he talks real good. The Andy Man hoped that when you went to vote, you would have had your act together. March right down and pull his lever. But he underestimated Zephyr. Can he count on Christie? Can he count on Christie? Or will he take a hit?
Oh, will he take a hit?
I guess he'll cross the bridge when he gets to it. I had to put that
That's
in
good.
there. The Andy Man. The Andy Man can. He has a friend who's a Republican.
That's great. Very nice.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Very nice.
Hopefully they leave you in the New York State.
That's right.
That's right.
Now, you had a song about Utica, which was one of my favorite
Yes.
songs when you were there. So when you were playing in the 1980s.
Right.
So why don't you play the Utica song?
Yes, and the backstory on this was, I used to, when I played in this club, this is way before I ever got involved in radio, I used to record the songs there at the club and hand them to a local radio station to see if I can get them played. And, what the heck, I'll mention them. They're no longer on
Right.
the air anymore, but they were a classic show, the Mason and Sheehan show. I think that's really how I got started. And they had something going. There was a rivalry between Albany and Utica. And they were picking on Utica, and Utica would get on the air and pick on Albany. So he called me and said, would you write an anti-Utica song? I obviously have nothing against Utica, but at the time, this is what he wanted me
That's
to
a
do.
disclaimer.
Right, that's
Okay.
right. So this is what I wrote for them. Let me see, let me get a better sound here. We'll go with an organ sound here. U is for the ugly city skyline. T is for the trash upon their streets. I is for the intelligence they're lacking. Dum da dum. C is for the chicks you're bound to meet. A is for the Albanians who've been there. and sing this song to help their motherland. Everybody, put it all together, it spells Utica. A place that no one in Albany can stand. No one in Albany can stand. And it was kind of fun because I played that in a bar at 6 o'clock in the morning to all these people from Utica, and they were throwing things at me and joking around. That's the thing I love to do.
Hard.
Right, exactly. And to this day, and this has been going on like 30 years of doing this, what I love doing the most is a personalized kind of a song like that versus a generic, like.
Right. Like the coupon song, which,
right, exactly.
which we'll listen to later. But
That's
I wanted to, you're 23 years you're on WGNA, right?
No, what time is it? 26 years.
26 years?
August 15th, it was 26
Then
years.
you have to update your websites
Yes.
and the information you're spewing out there, because you have 21 on one website, 23 on another. So you have to really have 26 years.
26 years.
More than a quarter of a century.
And
he
there's a
started
reason.
young too, because he's like 29. Rabbi says he's 29. So.
That's right.
Good year, good year.
Good year, that's right. Well, there's a reason why I haven't updated my own website. We're so busy, and this is a plug for GNA, we're so busy with our website. I mean, radio, we can talk about where radio is going.
Yeah.
The state of radio. That you notice, these radio companies are no longer called radio companies. We're media companies now. We're multimedia. And we're just as interested in the digital end as we are in terrestrial radio. And we all do 12 blogs a week. When we were first told that we had to do 12 blogs a week, I said, that's great, but what's a blog? I had no idea what a blog was. But we're constantly writing blogs and doing video and doing audio and
Well, radio really went down. Now, you could say newspapers are totally on the downswing.
Right.
The radio was down, especially AM, and then now it's 20 years, maybe you would say they're on a total upswing. It's interesting. Why would that be, especially with all the internet going on and television?
Because now you can get radio on the internet,
Right.
and you can listen to it anywhere. Like WCDB, the campus radio station at UAlbany,
Right.
gets more listeners from outside of this area than they get from locally.
interesting.
And they're a
That's true.
100-watt radio station. But when
Yeah.
people sign in or log in or communicate with them, they're worldwide, and they're alumni from the school and who still want to listen to the station, or some reputation that they've had, a good reputation that someone heard about, and they say, oh, we want to listen to WCDB. And that's what's happening, is that
internet is actually,
the internet, and that's why there's a lot of live streaming. Is your show streamed live?
Oh, absolutely.
You know,
I have
so-
friends in England that listen.
Yeah.
It's
I mean, you don't
radio
have-
hasn't died. Radio has morphed.
that's right.
It's maybe not radio like.
They're not mom and pop radio stations.
That's right.
They're not owned by a husband and wife team anymore. I mean, we might have maybe 50 out of 500 radio stations in the state that are mom and pop. But for the most part, it's really, like you have Town Square Media, Clear Channel. There's, what's another big one? Cox Communications,
Cumulus.
Cumulus.
So
Clear Channel just changed their name yesterday to
Clear Channel-
iHeart Media.
iHeartMedia, not iHeartRadio, but iHeartMedia.
Media.
Right.
So everybody's going that direction because
That's interesting.
the
I
radio is
didn't know
one
that's
part of
the
the puzzle.
reason.
Yeah.
So that's where the radio stations are going. Whereas the print, they're going online also, but so their subscription rates are going down. But the advertising, the rates they could charge for advertising, hasn't slacked off really, because they have advertising on the internet, and they have the TimesUnion.com or
Right.
DailyGazette.com.
But like, even for the advertising for your station, I mean, even if like in England, it's a local pharmacy that wants to advertise, doesn't care about your guy in England.
Right.
No, we sell two different ways that way. We'll sell like, if people want on the internet, it's different, so you wouldn't get a local advertiser.
Right.
on
So
there.
you can
Get the national ones on there.
where you're going, where your computer is located, sends the ISP data into when you sign in, and then they have the commercials that will match where the ISP is coming from. So you won't get the local CVS here in Albany. You'll get a national or an international commercial,
Car company or something.
something that you could buy online. I mean, because they have Walmart.com, and so you can buy
national.
So they'll have
Interesting, I didn't know that.
they'll have their online, their .com on as the commercial, as the ad online, as opposed to something, as opposed to a local construction company that only does local,
That's interesting. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Well, they already thought of all these ideas.
It's been 20 years in the making. I mean,
Yeah.
it really, I was customizing news reports for radio stations around the state, but now, the governor's office and everyone, they ship out, the audio and the video, and these places, they take all these radio stations, they take the canned stuff, and wasn't any real need for me doing the customized news
So
reports.
now you're on the Jewish View.
Now I'm on the Jewish View. I moved up.
But I'll throw it back to Mark. He was an innovator back then. I mean, he would come to me and say, I have a job for you. Would you like to write a song for Phil Donahue? So Phil Donahue? Remember that?
Yeah.
He said, yeah, I can get you a job, writing a song for Phil Donahue. He's
From
coming to Albany.
National? Oh, really?
Yeah.
No, he came to Albany. He was at the Americana Hotel. And I wrote a song. I don't have that with me, but I wrote a song there. Then he said to me, would you like to go to Grossinger's Hotel? I mean, he had a lot of connections. You were really a go-getter even
How
back
many
then.
songs have you written over the years?
Oh, wow. It's got to be thousands.
Really?
It really does.
Do you have an album that people can go to? Or?
I am in the midst of digitizing these things. That was my goal. Like, after I retire, I'm going to go into the basement and go through all these tapes and reel the reels and, oh God, there's so many of them.
Well, and when you were in Grossinger's, I did get you the booking to open for Marilyn Michaels.
That's right. That was such an amazing thrill.
And the only thing that I think that was the one where I was so tired running around doing all these things that I had to pull over and I had to sleep, and Richie's coming up to me screaming at me, where are you, my manager? You're supposed to be here ahead of me, not after me. They're asking me all these questions. I don't know anything about them. I'm all nervous.
And
I'm
there were
all
no cell phones.
stressed out.
I
No,
didn't
there
know
was
where you
no
were.
cell phones, no way for me to get, and I just couldn't, I had to pull over, pull the seat down in the car and just take out my pillow and sleep. What, you were sleeping? You weren't supposed to be here? What are you talking about? But it all ended fine,
Oh, it was
and I shouldn't bring up bad things, but if Richie forgot about him, he'll forget about him again.
But standing on that stage, I remember walking down the hallway.
Grossinger's, you're saying?
Grossingers.
Is
And
that
they
probably
had,
the best place you...
oh, it was
I mean, to me, I have such nostalgia for these Catskills, and there's
oh,
it's
fantastic.
like a dinosaur. There's nothing left of them.
There was pictures of Jerry Lewis, and well, he was big down there, and
Yes.
just
Yeah.
Buddy
framed
Hackett.
pictures, all these,
Yeah.
And then I got on the stage, and they had the actual, the band, the Catskill band with the name, like you're saying, the names on all the music
Band,
stands.
the music
Let's
stands.
bring them out, ladies and gentlemen. And it was just like being on it felt like being on a TV show. I was in heaven.
And I'm sure that the picture I have with you and Marilyn Michaels is somewhere in my in the stacks of pictures that I have from when we developed film.
She's one of the few female impersonators, really. I
Yes.
mean,
But again, someone like Joan Rivers paved the way for her to be who she
that's
is.
right. She was great. I
And-
remember she
and
was with
Barbra
Barbra Streisand. Remember?
Barbra Streisand, right?
Yeah,
So that was great. And do you have any other songs from way back then? And
I do, actually. You're going to get a kick out of this when you hear the words to this song, because I listened to it. And again, I wrote this 25 years ago. It has to be. Well, I'm sure you could look it up exactly when it was written, when you hear the subject matter of the song. Listen to this. Nothing's changed. Well, I did tweak a couple of words.
That's
I will
fine.
say. Okay.
That's fine.
Like the name of the mayor.
Okay.
Because that's
going.
changed several times. Well, I own me a farm and quite a few acres in a place not far from here. And I got me a plan that I know full well is going to make me a millionaire. I'm going to knock down the walls, clean up the stalls, and fill up the ground with concrete. And I'll be the inventor of a convention center in the town of Waterville. Well, you know, Kathy Sheehan's screaming mad and the other's a jealous boy. Because one of them wants it in Albany and the other in downtown Troy. Well, that's all right. Let them all fight. They'll all be admitting defeat. Because I'll be the inventor of my own convention center in the town of Waterville. I'm going to move the cow barn about 14 yards. I'm going to build me a big hotel. And I might even put in a pool outside if the neighbors can stand the smell. And the arena's going to be soundproof so the neighbors can't hear the noise. Because we ain't going to book no Neil Sedaka. We're going to bring in the Oak Ridge Boys. That's a favorite line, isn't it? Now, I know you're sitting there wondering how I'm going to finance this whole darn thing. Well, I'm going to build it. My neighbor's going to buy it. I'm going to lease it back in the spring. Because by the time these people make up their mind, my building will be complete. And then I'll take the credit for my own convention center in the town of Waterville. I don't mean Latham. the town of Waterville.
All right.
Isn't that weird? When you listen to it, I go, oh my God. They're still fighting it 30 years later.
Yeah, well, now we're going to get something smaller built.
Well, I changed it from convention center.
in
It was
Albany.
Civic Center. That was when they were fighting for where the Civic Center was going to go.
Yeah, okay. And what about the coupon song? I really like this one because it really had a story to it. And
Yeah, this is a long story.
okay.
You
Well,
sure you can't edit this if I make a mistake?
oh, no.
No,
you
this is
don't edit.
live. This is like our morning show, the Sean and Richie show,
That's right.
where screwing up is our life.
Okay.
How much time do we have?
8 minutes.
Oh, okay. While thumbing through, I'm sorry, I'm going to have to look at the words for this one. While thumbing through the local news, what do you think I saw? It was a booklet full of coupons from the local grocery store. There was every type from Pepsi Light down to Preparation H. And the following line was written down the side of each and every page. It said, hey, hey,
Hey, hey.
hey, hey.
Hey, hey.
It's double coupon day. So there I stayed with my razor blade and I cut each little square. And I doubled every face amount as I laid them on the chair. And I figured out that the money saved from the coupons that I got could put me in a Mercedes-Benz and a 52-foot yacht. Everybody, hey, hey,
Hey, hey, hey,
hey, hey, it's double coupon day. Well, I dragged 2 carts from the grocery mart and I rolled them down the aisle. One cart overflowed with food. The other had my coupon file. It was an hour wait to the checkout line and I cursed my aching feet till I saw this little blue-haired lady. She was pointing across the street. She said, hey, hey,
Hey, hey.
hey, hey,
Hey, hey.
it's triple coupon day. Well, I ran so fast that I bounced off glass and I fell right on the floor. Rabbi, because I forgot to step on the little black mat for the automatic door. Well, I came right to, but that lady in blue had me beat by half a mile. And she needed an assistant for her 3-draw coupon file. Hey, hey,
Hey,
hey, hey, it's triple coupon day. I'm almost done with this song.
That's okay.
Well, in front of the store, the lines were forming clear across the street. And I started my hunt till I snuck in front, and then I heard that lady weep. You know why? Because she had a wagon train full of grocery carts, more than anyone could desire. But I knew that I had the last laugh, because the coupons had expired. Hey, 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 it's double coupon day. I got through it. I don't know how, but I got through it.
Now, after you were at Yono's, where
Yes.
did you, or 21 Club, where did you go after that? What did you do after that?
Unemployment.
Unemployment? Well, because they closed.
Yes, because I'll tell you what really hurt the bars scene in Albany down at that particular time, which was the late 80s, was, I hate to say it, the drinking and driving legislation. Once they put that into play,
Yeah.
it really did have a negative effect on
And ironically, they moved the drinking age up to 21.
That's right.
And this was the 21 Club.
I didn't think about that. That's a good point.
So,
Yeah. So then
so he closed.
he closed, and in the meantime, there were people that used to come into the bar that were in the radio business. And there was one guy, his name is Joe Riley, he's still in the area. He was head of the New York State broadcasters for a long time.
Right.
He told me that at that time, that he was big in the New York State broadcasters, and when I heard that, I said, oh, wow, I'd love to be on the radio. And this went on week after week after week. I kept bugging him, saying, I would love to do these songs on the radio. And finally, he had a gentleman that worked with him, and it was on WTRY, and they gave me a chance. I ended up on the afternoon show on
WTRY.
which worked perfectly for my schedule because I could do the afternoon show and then go out and do some private parties at night. And then, long story short, the morning show guy quit, and they asked me if I wanted to move to mornings
On TRY.
on TRY, and then we got a job offer to come to GNA, and that was 8/8/88.
Oh, wow.
8/15/88, I signed some kind of a little piece of paper saying I would work there.
Now, Sean,
and I never left.
Sean McMaster is your
He's
co-host.
he's my current wife,
Okay.
my radio wife.
And Bethany?
And Bethany is the newest member. She's fantastic.
What does
she's
she do?
She's, well, we needed a female
Right. I
person.
see
You know,
that.
we really did. You know, it's
Yeah.
too much of an old boys club there.
Right.
And she brings a whole new perspective to it, and she's fantastic. She's from Florida.
But what does she do? Does she produce? Does she tell jokes?
She
Is she another sidekick?
She's on the show with us. She produces. She does all kinds of stuff. She's unbelievable with the social media, which is 99% of what we need.
Okay.
And
Do you have anyone doing news, or the audience doesn't care?
no, well, we have Channel 10. We feed Channel 10's news.
What do you mean?
They-
You feed it. What do you mean?
They do reports and just send it to us. You know, we have the actual person.
But you.
They-
Oh, really? Channel
Yeah,
10.
Channel 10 is our news. Yeah, we have no news person.
Okay.
Why don't we get into what he does for the children?
Yes,
wanted to
thank
talk
you
about-
for
we only
mentioning
have a
Oh
few
yeah, the
minutes.
reading, writing, rhyming.
Yeah, how much more time do we have? Because I can go on
Enough for you to tell us the story.
That's
Okay,
right.
I'll tell you really quickly. 5
right.
minutes.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
great. 5 minutes? Okay, I'll be done in 10 minutes. No, this goes back about 17 or 18 years ago. I got a call from a school saying, would you like to come to the school and write with senior class? Maybe like do some of your, like a topical parody, maybe you could write it with the seniors. I said, sure, I would love to do that. And I went to the school shall remain nameless. It was the worst experience of my life. It was actually, I think, June. The kids had basically graduated. They were seniors. They didn't want to be there. They'd rather be in a study hall. I swore I would never do it again. And this is funny from my background as being a school teacher, but it just left a bad taste in my mouth. I didn't do it. Then about 2 months later, I get a phone call from a second grade teacher. Her name is Karen Wojak-Hess. She's now in real estate in the area. She called me up. She said, I'm from a school in Schenectady. Would you be interested in writing a song with some second grade kids? I said, I would love to, but second graders can't write songs. I mean, when I did teach, I taught secondary ed. I can't even imagine a second grader writing a song. She said, you'll be surprised. Why don't you come in? I have never left the elementary school since. It is the most fun. They say the funniest thing. It's kind of like going back to like Art Linkletter type of thing. They just say
Kids say the darndest things.
funniest things. And it started out being just doing humorous songs about maybe the rabbit that's in the classroom or something like that. But this has kind of morphed into something semi-serious.
Do you have a sample?
Not with me. no.
Okay.
I have 10,000
I wanted to
songs.
mention that you have 2 New York State Broadcasters Award show for Best Morning Show.
We got that for the morning show itself.
Right.
Yep.
And then you have for Best Public Affairs Programming 2 New York State Broadcasters
That's for the
Awards.
school program.
That's for the school program.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. That's really wonderful.
It's been
and
fun.
that, you know, I guess one of the pictures on your website was Tim Russert. You
Yes.
received the
One of the
award,
Broadcasters Awards.
yeah, from Tim Russert. Now,
What do you
you
do
know,
with the kids' songs, though,
Yeah.
after you're done? You
The
put-
kids' songs, it's just a simple process. I go in, we write the song with the kids, we come up with a topic, blah, 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 blah. I record them singing the song, we put it on the radio station the next
Really?
day. And for years, that's all we did. But I have to say, with the advent of social media, what's great, I can take pictures of the kids, we can have them sing, put it on YouTube,
Really
links, it
excellent.
goes on the station, not the station, but the school's website, and
Well,
it
great.
really
Yeah.
enhances it a lot.
now, can you play us out? We want to thank you for coming, but I just
thank you.
want with you have a Nixon song or a song where you where you parody Nixon?
Oh yeah, oh my God.
Does that
That you're throwing a curve.
That's a curveball.
I
Okay.
could give you another one though.
Yeah.
Has nothing to do with politics. You got to stay away from it.
Yeah.
I like the Nixon one. Go ahead. And you do jingles
Yes.
for Mr. Sub, Extra
Yes.
Mart, and Beer Belly Bob's Beverage Center. You also did SmileMonster.com.
Yes, that's right.
So
That's right.
and all these are on the website, so people can get a chance to go to rhyminrichie.com and get a taste of
Yes, thank you.
what they could get for you. And you know, I just think you are just such a talent.
Well, thank you very much. It's
And-
great reconnecting with you.
It was great for you to come here and
I guess we're pressed for time, which is cool.
well, no, but that's
That's good. Thank
Richie,
you very
we
much.
just want to wish you one more song at the end, but continued success, making people happy. Which
Thank you
is
very much.
Sometimes the biggest mitzvah around, and
No,
to make
thank you.
people happy and do it
Thank
with good health.
Thank you very
Yes.
much.
Let's hear one
Absolutely.
more to the end.
Okay.
A little happy jingle, something.
Okay, I'm trying to think of what to do here.
Big beer belly.
Oh, I'll do it. Yeah. There was a place in East Greenbush. It was a beer place.
Just
and
do
said,
it.
Would you do a jingle for us? So they had it was Beer Belly Bob's Beverage Center. So I wrote them a jingle. Beer Belly Bob, nobody does beer better. Beer Belly Bob sure loves his job at Beer Belly Bob's Beverage Center. Beer Belly Bob's Beverage Center. And that song actually is the most requested song I ever did on GNA. People were calling in requesting it as a
So
song.
107.7.
107.7 is the Sean and
the-
Richie show.
And you can hear that at Monday through Friday
Yes.
from 6 to 9, is it? Or 5 to 9?
We're on from 5:30 to 9,
Okay.
and you can go on the website. You can listen. You can listen live on the website.
Now we have a picture to put with the voice. That's it.
Well, we all have the face for radio. We were
That's
told.
right.
Thank you for having me on.
Thank
It's
you.
been a pleasure.
Thank you, Rich.